I think we are now live on every platform. What's up, guys? It's the Insiders Room. The NBA is back. Sports is back. We're hopefully going to do a little bit of live wagering tonight. My last live wager I dropped. We're at 9-3. That's my record for live wagering here. And we're going to live wager on the Clippers and Lakers game. I have the under 219. That's my official play on the game. So we'll see if there's any hedging opportunities coming up. But I am now going to bring in two of our regular guests, two of the insiders. One, Dan Kaiser from Covers Experts. He was the top baseball earner in 2019 on Covers Experts. He also is part of Picks and Parlays, which the Insiders Room is as well. And also another live wagering expert. We're bringing in Mr. AM Plus Money. These guys are familiar with everything that's going on. What's up, boys?
What's up?
What's going on?
So Rudy Gobert here is going to the line. Just so everyone knows, I do also have Utah. That's an official client play at Picks and Parlays here at plus 2.5. And so Gobert hits one. Has he hit them both yet? You guys are are you watching it there, Dan? Or
Yeah. He's made both.
Okay, well.
No overtime. I got the under.
Yeah. Okay. So you have the under in that game.
Yes.
Okay. What was it? What was the total on that one again?
I've got it at 225.
225. Nice. So we were earlier. We had Rycape with us, and he might come back. And Greg the Greek could be coming in. And also someone that AM has done a lot of streaming with, the one, the only Almac, could also drop by tonight. But if he doesn't, for sure, he wants to hook up and he wants to do something next week. He loves the playoffs, and I know that he's doing. He's extremely pumped for what's upcoming here. So this is a pretty exciting game to start off. I mean, what can you say? Hopefully it doesn't go to overtime. It seems that every game that I don't want to go to overtime always goes to overtime. So, you know what I mean? Every single time. You know what? I would be super happy with a 107-106 final, and all the New Orleans bettors who bet the money line, they can have their win, and I'll take my plus 2.5. Yeah. And everyone can hit that under. I know a lot of people were riding that over. It came way down, the total opened at 220, it closed at 228. So there was like a major middling there, but no matter, it's all going to come under anyway.
Final.
That's it?
Yep.
Boom. Insiders Room is 1-0 in the NBA restart. And we also have a play on the Braves. So if they can hold on, we're looking at a sweet 2-0 for clients today. And I gave out a bit of a bit of a stretch of a play, or I still really like it though. I try my hardest to choose spots, choose underdogs. And you know what? The price has come way down on Seattle now. So people are getting on Seattle here. That was as high as like plus 190, and I see it, as low as plus 150 now at some places.
I've got Seattle too.
Do you have them straight up?
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought the line was just a little off because, especially the way Gonzalez has basically owned the Angels in his career.
Absolutely.
I know he did pitch well the first game, and Bundy pitched really well the first game. I just think that kind of threw the lines off.
I'm in agreement about that. Absolutely. So hold on, I better pull up the chat here. That's one thing I didn't do. Then if anybody has been talking to us.
What are you doing? What was we doing?
Anyone been talking to us? I'm not sure. I guess it would have come up here, so I would have seen it. Well,
So
you know what? We just don't have a regular streaming thing. And so for the next year, it's just about building up the audience and the
Right.
brand and getting our faces out there and being familiar and not stressing out about anything. Yeah.
So you ready for hockey this weekend?
I'm ready, man. That comes on Saturdays. So
Yeah.
that's going to be, that's the third. I mean, it's just going to be a crazy day. It's going to be like 40 games going on. I don't know. I know that a lot of people were on New Orleans today, the Pelicans, money line as well. So, no, I'm really glad that I was on Utah there. And the under comes in.
Yeah, I think I like the Pelicans, but I didn't. If I would have, I definitely would have been on Utah if I knew Zion was only playing 3 minutes a quarter.
Well, he got the early 2 fouls, and so that really did. Brendan Ingram came in and he did as much as he possibly could, and then I think he got into late foul trouble too, didn't he?
Yeah,
So
but
early foul trouble for Zion and late foul trouble for Ingram, and
well, when the game started, they were talking about how they said they were only going to play Zion in like 3 minute spurts, and then he
I
didn't.
didn't realize that.
Yeah, and I don't think he fouled out, but he didn't play the last.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories going around that, the NBA wants Zion in there in the playoffs and everything, and that could be true, and they still have a shot regardless of the result tonight. But there you go. They had what was the lead at halftime? It was 3 and 9, 12 points.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So so I have the under 2-9. What do I have? 217? No, 219, right? Yeah, 219. And now it's up to 220 and a half in some places. So it did go down to as low as 215 and a half. So yeah.
Yeah, I took the Lakers -4 in this one.
I'm going against you. I got the Clippers +5.
I do see it down to -3.5 now. So money coming in because you know that Patrick Beverley is playing tonight there, AM.
Oh,
Did you
that's
know
good news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not get a chance to see that, but I'm excited. Personally, I think it's going to be close to the point where it doesn't really matter to me which team. Just give me the +5. I think it'll be a close one, just like we saw in that first game.
Do you guys know what the Lakers did in the warm-up preseason part of it? Not that that matters or anything, but
No, I didn't watch any of the preseason warm-up stuff.
I think I placed one bet, the Lakers -3. I think it was their second preseason game, and
they smashed.
it cashed. So that was the only experience I had with them. I don't really focus on the preseason. A lot of these teams were really trying.
Okay, well, the other game's about to get going here shortly.
Yep.
So let's go over who everybody's on, what everybody has. So I personally have the under 219. What about you, Dan?
I have the Lakers -4.
Okay, and you're on the Clippers +5.
Yep.
Right.
And then at FanDuel, I've got the Lakers plus. I don't know. Last time I had plus 45.
What?
FanDuel. I do this stuff where they pick.
Yeah,
what
explain to me what's going on with that +45. I don't understand.
So-
This is
so-
free money.
FanDuel has a thing that they'll pick a game and they'll pick a team and they'll say, okay, for every 2,500 bettors that bet, and the max you can bet's $50. But so for every 2,500 bettors that bet on the Lakers, they move the line a point. And this is like 5 or 6 states. So everybody's betting whatever they're betting on the Lakers, and it's like gone from -4 to +45.
Right.
So it's this way that for them to give away $50 to a bunch of people, and then they just turn around and lose it again. Last year, or in February, during college basketball, it was Indiana, Michigan State. And they had the same deal, and by the time it was over, Indiana was plus 118.5. So even if the bus crashed and blew up, they could put out 5, maybe even some girl cheerleaders and still cover that spread. So
yeah, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Hopefully I get some people hooked in here on the stream, because if you put in Clippers Lakers live stream, that should get a lot of people to come in. I don't know if you remember one of the very first times I ever did some streaming on Twitch. It was just on Twitch. Yeah, I was showing like the Monday night game or something. I had like 300 people watching while I was broadcasting and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't go down too well.
Actually, that one went fine, and then I tried to do it again, and that's what it didn't go so well. Yeah. Well, listen, I didn't know. I was just getting going, and so that was some interesting times learning all that stuff. Hey, guys, you know what? Our Discord is totally growing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, 150 people.
It'll just keep growing.
Yeah. There's some really big Discords with thousands, obviously, but... Well, you guys, I don't know what else there is to say about that Lakers-Clippers game. Until we can see the teams,
Right.
how are we ever going to know? So, but we could look at tomorrow's games if you wanted to.
Sure.
Uh-huh. So, that is Orlando and Brooklyn. They're not giving Brooklyn much of a chance. Memphis and Portland.
Yeah, that's going to be. I think that's going to be interesting. Have you heard anything about how bad Lillard foot is?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I already heard.
Didn't know anything about that.
I already hurt his foot. I don't know how bad. Don't know if it's anything serious, but that's gonna be an interesting game. You know, you got the veterans in Portland against the young guys in Memphis, and it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I think I'd almost have to lean Portland in that one. Take the experience,
Mm-hmm.
and they got their center back too, don't they? Portland.
They do. They are healthier.
Yeah, and the thing in that Brooklyn game, I just don't know who. Do they have anybody that can score, or do they have anybody left on the team?
That's one of those games where I just don't know what to say. Where if you just think that Orlando needs to win, so I mean, I don't know. Those kinds of games I tend to just stay away from because of the uncertainty around that. I have in many times thinking, okay, the team has nothing, and then I jump on the other team only to have it not win. Of course.
Yeah, but the other thing, the Magic really don't have to win. Is that? I mean, because what they have have a 5.5 game lead over the Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
So they almost have to collapse. Well, I'll have to do because I don't see the Wizards winning a ton of games.
Phoenix and Washington, yeah. You don't see the Wizards winning a lot of games.
No.
Boston and Milwaukee. Look at that. Sacramento and San Antonio. So that total opened at 216.5, and now it's at 220.5. Interesting. Dallas is another one there that's, I mean, Houston opened as the favorite. Then Westbrook went out because of COVID. Then he got healed and came back. And now, yeah. I mean, it's just a field goal anyways. It's just been going back and forth, but still. How do you guys think that one's going to play out? Houston and Dallas, what do you think, AM? Like, just, if you had a gun to your head, who do you think is just going to win the game? I mean, it is. It's the bucket.
You know what? Give me Dallas. I think they're the better team. But
Yeah.
I'm going to look into it for sure. Have
It's
not
one
yet
game,
had a
right?
chance to look at
17
those games
periods.
tomorrow. But yeah, I definitely, you've gotten to my head right now at the moment, I would take Dallas.
I like that pick, too.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be a threat going into the playoffs for sure. Houston, they're great, obviously, but I don't know. They don't impress me. They're just guys working solo, trying to put up points, see who can put the most points up on the board.
So we
Dallas
got the
plays,
Lakers
more like a
game
team.
is going. The Lakers Clippers game's underway. 5-2 for the Lakers. A minute and a half in. Danny Green just nailed. Look at this. Kawhi Leonard draws the foul from big AD. AD already has one foul.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Lakers in this game. I think they got a huge size advantage with Harold not being in there for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Because they can throw Davis, they can throw Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee. I just think over the course of the game, their height is just gonna be a huge advantage to them.
So in game, I'm looking at the lines now, but I'm just obviously going to wait, and I'm going to wait until commercial, obviously. So anybody watching out there, if you guys are doing live wagering, we always, of course, there's really basic quote unquote rules to follow, and definitely waiting until a commercial break is the best time to do that, to place your live wager. So 8 points. Offensive foul. Danny Green draws the foul on his ex-friend and teammate that they just won a championship together. And now they're fighting again for the crown in LA. Paul George, Anthony Davis draws the foul. Big AD's going up to the line here. I think that he is the X factor. Really, I do. I think that if Anthony Davis plays like he has, like opening up the season a few times with New Orleans where he was just putting up monster triple-double stats, points and rebounds and blocks and everything. All right. Well, here we go. It's a 8 points. Almost 3 minutes in, of course. If you looking at 200, you got to average 12 points every 3 minutes, basically. So. I don't know if anybody at home or out there can hear my kids battling it out to the death up there, but they're really going at it up there.
So, AM, when's MLS back?
Oh, I'm watching a
you
game
talked
right
little bit
now.
about that. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, fill us in. What's going on?
Again, once again, we saw the books just completely get the MLS game wrong. Philadelphia Union listed as a plus 240. They were up 3, now it's 3-1. They're just absolutely dominating Kansas City. It's not even a competition.
Wow.
I don't see Kansas City getting back into this game at all. Philadelphia is just a better team. Kansas City wasn't that good last year, and I don't really understand why people thought they were going to make such a run in this tournament. Why the books favor them so heavily. Philadelphia is a better team. They're more talented, and they had a much better year last year too. Like Kansas City, they're spotty. Their midfield's not that great. The Union has some nice young players. Yeah. Philadelphia definitely is a threat to win the tournament, I think. Now, obviously, LAFC is the team to beat, but for sure, the Union. I actually live bet once Philadelphia went up 1-0, and the line was minus 138, and I live bet it, and then I was about to come in the Discord, tell you guys to live bet it, and all of a sudden, before I could even blink, it was 2-0. So, yeah, definitely the Union. And another team I'm on tomorrow, I think that game's at 7:30. You can get the LAFC at minus 143 right now. They're just going to...
Well, there's an official Discord play. And do you think that line's going to go up then from the minus 143?
Oh, yeah. It'll probably get to like minus 170 before kickoff for sure. LAFC is just, Philly, they're too good.
Guess who we're joined here by now? We're joined by Philly himself, Mr. Rye Cape. He's a regular in our Discord. What's up, man? How's it going, Rye Cape?
How you doing?
Good. What did you have in this Lakers-Clippers game again, Rye Cape?
I just had that FanDuel boost. I think I have Lakers plus 50.
Congratulations on your win.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. That's
It was
crazy.
Nice to cash that, yes.
Plus 50.
Plus 50.
They really know how to. I mean, it's good marketing. Everyone is just talking about all the free money that's out there and the boosts and everything. And yeah, I got to say,
FanDuel.
bubble life. That's what it's going to be about. If you want to go on a vacation, okay, just do 14 days quarantine first and then bubble life. There you go. Seems to be working for anyways, leading up to this point for both the NBA and the NHL. So I think it's great.
Only the MLB is just getting it wrong.
Yeah, baseball, eh?
It's working for the MLS too. So three sports to one.
Yeah.
And who's had the accident?
Miami.
MLS had an accident before it started. I guess bubble's the way to
That
go.
was before everybody got into the bubble. The two teams withdrew. Nobody in the bubble actually had. They did postpone a Toronto FC game, the DC United game, but all the tests came back negative. So the bubble works because they X the people out before they got into the bubble. And I was actually watching, and the NHL is doing tests every single day on players. So they'll be able to catch it and isolate it before it even spreads within the bubble.
Wow. I don't know. I think it's it's a little harsh to be so critical on leagues and stuff that aren't getting every tiny little thing correct. You know what I mean? Like it's such a difficult, dynamic thing that's unprecedented, etc. And so, how are they? I mean, I don't know. I mean, certainly they probably could have done some things better or this and that, but yeah, I just think that it is difficult no matter what.
Of course, it's Philadelphia.
I just don't know how you play baseball in a bubble.
No, that would be really super difficult. So, Anthony Davis. Here we go. It's all about Davis. Just feed Davis. There's nothing the Clippers can do. Oh, here we go. Look at this. We got a full panel tonight, guys. And then you know what? And wouldn't it be just hilarious if Legion showed up too? What's up, Greg?
Yo, it's good.
So what are you feeling about this Lakers-Clippers game? Or just, do you have anything on it up front, like for the game or anything?
And don't tell us you have the Lakers plus 50.
I think I might have the Lakers plus 50, but a couple player props.
Yeah.
You can live bet the player props in the NBA on FanDuel, which is cool.
Yeah. That's crazy. You can live bet the player props. So,
Let's go with you guys.
well, I have the under in this, and it was looking good a second ago, and now not so much. 20 points at 8 minutes. I mean, that's trending to the over. I guess we'll see what happens in the next minute and a half. So I had Utah as an official play earlier for the Insiders Room at Picks and Parlays, and I also have the Braves as an official play. So I'm hoping to go 2-0 today. We'll see if the Braves can hold on there.
Oh, McGee! I should have took JaVale McGee to make the first bucket. That was the play.
You know, I was so close to taking Cleveland, Minnesota over today, but then didn't. And I'm glad about that.
I was on Cleveland in that one.
With the Bieber and Berrios?
Yes.
So you got some plus money action going on there.
Yeah, I liked the pitching matchup in that one. I thought Bieber would keep the scoring low for Minnesota. His track record was pretty good against them.
Right.
Berrios has lost his last 2 starts against Minnesota, or against Cleveland, and so yeah, I was definitely expecting the upset there. It's looked good so far.
I was on the under first 5 in that one.
That was another good one. Only 2 runs.
Yeah, that was
For some reason, I can't see you. Rycape. If you look at their thing, I know, and I can see him here, but then when you look at the screen, like on YouTube and Facebook right now, everyone's there except Rycape. So that's some messed up stuff.
It's that Philly internet.
You see what I mean? So I don't know what I can hear you.
You can't see me.
And your space is there where you would be, but you're just not there on where you would be.
Yeah.
But you're just not there on where you would be.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like
You're just not there on where you would be.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm getting a lot of feedback now, right, Kate? Maybe you could try logging in again. Try again, okay? And then we'll. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. Sorry, brother.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
I'm Henry, and I want all the num-nums, and I approve this message.
I kind of like the over in this. I don't know why people keep putting money in the under, but I kind of like the over in this Seattle Mariners Angels game later.
I like that.
A lot of people bet it down. It's down to 8.5.
So, wow.
I'm not sure why, but people
See
That's
me
a good
now?
call.
I can see it.
Do you
Let me see. Hold on. I can see you. We can all see you on our thing here, but on.
All right, hold on.
On Facebook and Twitch and everything, it's just showing 4 of us. All right, now hold on. Now we got the 4 of us here. So 8.5, yeah, I like that over too. I mean, especially if you like Seattle.
I just don't like either of those pitchers, and if you've seen how those teams have been playing recently, they've been hitting the ball.
Yeah, 8.5 is a.
Bullpen's been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I think the over's
Well,
hitting every single Seattle game.
Contavious Caldwell Pope from AD. AD's dishing it out. He's making rebounds. He's
Yeah,
all over the place here.
Seattle's 5-0-1 to the over this year. And the Angels are the
That would make
second-
me not want to
and
play
the
the
Angels
over.
are the second highest team to the over. They're 4-2-0.
Yeah, that would make me not want to play the over. Because, yeah.
I don't know. They're so bad, both those pitchers, though.
Well, Atlanta could not cash any of that
Well, I'm gonna put a small play on it.
on the over.
Yeah, because
It's just starting,
It's too
so
good.
you just got it in?
it's too good not to pass up.
Okay, let's see if we can get Rycape in. Come on, baby.
Bundy and Marco Gonzalez.
Yes! There you are. Perfect.
Both those pitchers suck.
There
Is
we
it
go.
me, or have the Clippers have been getting completely screwed on the calls in this game so far?
27. Okay. Now just let's play some defense here. $29 at the 6th halfway point.
Paul George is going to have to drop like 30-something points for them to win this game.
He really is, because Leonard's going to do his thing no matter what. But Paul
Yeah.
George will have to have an exceptional game for sure. Anthony Davis, this is good.
And they really have
Missing-
been making it easy with the calls on the Clippers so far, calling some cheap fouls against them.
So, boys, was there any games tomorrow that you wanted to touch on or anything, Craig, or did anything that stand out to you? Or so, you guys, my name is Nick Parsons. I am the organizer of the Insiders Room. We're now featured on Picks and Parlays. And the guy to the right of me, that's Dan Kaiser. He's from Covers Experts, and he's also on Picks and Parlays. The guy to the right of him is AM Plus Money, and he's one of the insiders. He contributes picks in every sport, but he specializes in European soccer. Greg the Creek is from New Jersey, and he's been a part of the Insiders Room from the very start. And Rycape is from Philadelphia, and he's pretty unsure about the Phillies season.
Brutal.
Do you think there are any players infected, Rycape, or is it just that?
I mean, they've been tested and they're all negative. I think today was a coach and a staff member. But they've been cleaning Citizens Bank Park. So.
Can you hear him?
Hear who?
Rycape?
I can.
Oh, okay. I can't.
You can't hear me now?
Barely, a little bit.
I can totally hear you fine.
I can hear you.
I can totally hear you fine. Now you're sideways, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like, we can't hear you. He just picks up his phone, turns it sideways. Like, that will fix it.
Hey, this is all a learning process. The whole streaming thing, and there's so many different platforms. And
This game is looking under. What do you mean? This game's looking great for the under.
yeah, so far, so good. Shot clock violation by the Clippers. Wow.
Shady McCoy
I put
signed
some
with
money
down
on the
here.
Minnesota
Joakim
Lynx
Noah,
live.
personal
Hey,
foul. Joakim Noah hacking away on Anthony Davis.
Yeah, he cannot cover Anthony Davis. He's too small.
And old and out of shape, and
Never was good. And
he was really good for 1 year.
1 year. Wow, the Mets are going to lose again. That's bad for them.
Oh, I've been watching that this whole time. It's just awful.
Is that...
Nah,
How they
that's
lose
it.
again, man? That is bad.
I know, the Red Sox suck.
Just bet against the Mets every time they're a favorite.
Wasn't that the trend last year, though? Like, nothing has changed then. Bet them as a dog, bet against them as a favorite.
Bet the under when... First half under when DeGrom pitches. And make sure you get to the line early. That's like... that. I think over the last couple of years, that's been like over 65%. Like... clip if you just blindly bet DeGrom's first half under.
Wow.
The Dodgers are already laying into the Diamondbacks.
Wow.
Your Diamondbacks, Nick. Sorry.
Yeah. And my Robbie Ray, my
Yeah, I like them tonight for sure.
Robbie Ray is just getting crushed. Wow.
At least they get to play.
I have them in a really nice parlay with the Indians and the over in the Yankees game, but I
Be
also
nice
had,
to see Seattle cash a run here.
but I also had the freaking over in the Mets with it, so it's not going to cash unless somehow the Mets go to extra innings. Wow, 3-0 already, Dodgers.
Yeah, there's just somebody hit a 2-run home run. I didn't catch who.
It's probably
Let's see,
Muncy.
No, Muncy hit a leadoff single.
Okay.
So
We got another Joakim Noah personal foul on Anthony Davis.
Muncy's that dark horse MVP candidate.
all right, he's a good player.
Well, what's his name has to be the in the lead for it probably. Tatis, I think, is doing pretty good. Who else?
Did we lose Rycape again?
It looks that way.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, boys, just let me know if you ever see him come back. Anthony Davis, key.
AD.
2 on for Seattle here. Hold on, I just got to go get a refresh here. One sec.
All right.
I was watching their game last night, the Angels and the Mariners, and the Mariners are a scrappy team, man. I'm telling you.
Well, they can definitely get on base.
Yeah, they got a couple guys that can run too, and like
Yeah.
steal bases and play good defense. They're an interesting team.
$38 points.
3-0. There you go. Told you. Good thing I got that over in, right? When I did.
Seattle.
Yeah. He had a home run
Boom.
first inning.
That is a Discord wager. So I am trying to go 3-0 with that Discord wager if the Braves hold on here. I already have hit the Jazz for clients. I'm looking to hit the Braves for clients. And yeah, Seattle would be a massive.
Seattle would have been a nice play.
Yeah.
As a dog. It's just
Well,
like
that's what I
last
got
year.
with the Discord
They're
wager
scrappy
today.
as hell.
Great.
The Angels are terrible so far this year. And, like, if you saw how bad the Angels pitching, and Bundy looked good in his first start, and he never looks good, you could almost say he was due
Dan,
for
you're saying you have that. This is an official play.
Yeah.
Nice, man. So there you go.
Yeah, it's first inning.
Oh, you have Seattle?
Good enough.
Oh, yeah.
And it's Seattle.
And you're
And
talking
it's
Seattle's
Gonzalez.
right?
But still, it's better than the other way around.
Yeah. No, they have those. Dude, they have a couple good hitters, man. Like, guys that are, like, not known that are really good.
Right. No, that rocks.
They were
Definitely.
talking to they had one of the families of one of the guys on Zoom yesterday, actually, on ESPN. It was kind of funny. One of the brothers.
There it is.
talking.
That's the winner. Ring that one up. So that's an official 2-0 day. But definitely looking to move to 5-1 with the Discord baseball wagers and hit a huge plus 180 underdog with Seattle here. That would be great. Although, as Dan pointed out, the top of the first inning just ended.
Yeah, man, I've not been good at. I'm not started out good at baseball so far this season, so I'm not counting anything.
Well, hey, if you can hit this one, then I'd say that the comeback is well underway at that point. So, Jermichael Green.
Yeah, I can't see the slate.
Play.
They don't
Anthony
have
Davis
the
is
line.
dominating. He's drawing fouls away from the play. Anthony Davis is dominating every part of this game. Assists, blocks, rebounds, points, drawing fouls.
It's been nothing but whistles this whole game.
Look at that. Kyle Kuzma
Ooh, he drained it.
freeze. Time to
Kuzma. Man,
well,
good
this
thing I'm on
is
the.
this is what the Pelicans felt like too, though.
Good thing I took the
By
Lakers
11.
plus 50. You know?
The next thing you know,
I would be feeling bad if I didn't have the Lakers plus 50 right now.
They're really making it difficult on the Clippers here to get anything up, though. But yeah, I know that lots of cappers were on New Orleans. So.
They also were making it hard on the Jazz in the first half.
And the over.
And
They were all trying to middle that to between 220 and 228.
did it happen?
Well, it landed on 210, so no, none of what they were trying to do mattered whatsoever at all. It was a complete.
They would have needed some lucky stuff for that. Because
Just went
it was
under.
that it was like on the verge.
I think the books
of
went
OT.
huge on that, really.
It almost went to OT.
It did. Thank goodness it didn't. Yeah, I'd say that the over is more trending along here now. So now, this is where I would want to hedge. I have the under 219.
You're
So we're at
screwed.
49 points at the
You can't.
2-minute 30-second point.
You're off the pace. You would have been better off waiting to make your under bet.
That's true, but I have to, for me, a lot of times, I have to put out picks for the game.
Well, you should do something different perhaps then, because you won't be able to hedge. You'll only be able to further double down on your bet, really, on that side.
Well, when you're at picks and parlays, I have to put out picks on the game, and so
I know, but I'm saying, like, don't bet okay, well, yeah, do whatever you want.
don't bet the under.
No, do whatever you want. I was confused, like, what you were saying.
Okay. Well, no, I definitely follow all of your guys' advice, and but yeah, in that case, you're right, and so we've talked about that, and that's what most people do nowadays. They wait until the game has started, and then they place their wager to get a better line on whatever it is they're trying to get.
No, that's not what I was saying. I was just saying that I thought you were saying you were going to hedge, and I was saying
Well,
can't really
that's
hedge because you miss.
no, that's right. I didn't mean hedge. You're right. I just meant I have
the wrong
under, and
side.
so I will
Side.
possibly consider whatever I'm going to do. I'll have to keep that in mind, right?
Yeah, so if you're looking for a play, I mean,
That's what I meant. Whatever I do, I will have to keep that original wager in mind.
I think the only play you can really look at this point is maybe plus 10 if you can get it on the Clippers.
Plus 10, you say, eh?
I don't know, man. I feel like the Clippers are going to have a hard time playing from behind without their good role players like Harrell and Beverly and them.
Mm-hmm. I can't get 10. 9.5. Well, that was great, that home run there by Seattle. But this under isn't looking super great. The Clippers and Lakers. Well, you never know what will happen here.
Yeah, it could slow down. One slow quarter and it all changes.
Yeah, 53 with 1:30 left.
This is what you need, these long possessions. And then
Yeah.
miss a three.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you need. Oh my God, who is that guy? I was like, an easy layup. Air ball.
Yeah, I'd say, who knows, but
Under like thunder, baby.
it seems like there's less like team, like the Clippers are less of a team than the Lakers as far as like them all being buddies and stuff. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it just seems like
You think? You think that the Lakers are all buddies?
well, at least the superstars are. are buddies, and so that's difficult. Like Davis and James are like best buddies. Here we go to 55 points, so that's 220. So we're right there on the.
I don't know. I think it's sometimes hard to get a team dynamic when you have like super big names like Anthony Davis and LeBron James, like, because there's so many weird expectations for how much they need to get their.
I know, but that's
the
why
ball.
they are good buddies, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying from a team perspective. So you look at like people like Kuzma and stuff. Like, I'll give you a good example. Look at Brandon Ingram, right? Like, as soon as he left, instant success. But he was horrible with LeBron, right? Like, no chemistry whatsoever when he was on the Lakers. And then as soon as he left and was on the Pelicans, he became a superstar. Like, a leading
No,
scorer.
he's amazing for sure. No, I think he's totally amazing player.
But that was a good example of somebody that like it was like a bad chemistry with having a superstar because he like couldn't they didn't blend well together for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. Just uncertainty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
James had just gotten there, and he wasn't sure about whatever, and so now it just has progressed longer. He's been there longer, and so he's feeling more comfortable all around, and that just takes time. You know what I mean? It's hard. Like what Kawhi did
Pelicans
last
also
year.
play like a really unique brand, right? Like they play that like they're basically like the Gonzaga of NBA. Like in the sense that they just like try to get more shots than anybody. Like
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of scoring in this first quarter there by the Lakers. Clippers' vaunted defense looks pathetic. Pathetic. That's what they were always up in LA's face. But to let them score 35 points, and it's not even James whatsoever. And so, yeah, I really felt that it's going to be Davis that takes them to the championship if they're going to win it. It's going to be Davis. If he has a monster, which he could easily do without barely blinking an eye, I mean, if he doesn't get injured, then I think the Lakers are unstoppable for sure. Because everyone looks to LeBron. Everyone says LeBron all the time with the Lakers, and I mean, and rightfully so. But
you think the Lakers are unstoppable?
If Anthony Davis plays up to his potential,
Yeah,
yes.
It's a big if.
Well, he certainly is doing it all right now. So he was injured. It's always been one thing after another, but it seems like this long layoff, everything's primed for him. Yeah. LeBron's going to give you the same numbers all the time. He's like Kawhi. It's the X factor players like Paul George and Anthony Davis, which will determine whether or not these teams win.
Yeah. Called 13 fouls on the Clippers in that quarter.
Wow. It was really chippy, wasn't it?
There's like a lot of whistles.
Well, let's look at the lines then, just so we can tell everyone at home what's going on there. So, yeah, you know what? I could have got 9.5. It's dropped down to 8.5 for the Clippers. And the total's at 221.5. And the money line, you can get the Clippers at plus 245. Now you can get the first half, the Clippers. You can get 10.5 in the first half. What do you think about that?
I think that's a solid bet.
Clippers 10.5?
I don't know. You might want to. Man. I don't know NBA that well. It's not my forte. I did take the over on Paul George, 23.5 points, and I paired it with the Minnesota Lynx money line live.
Wow. Well, the Lynx they won.
Still going on. I think they're up though.
They're up a little bit. And you have Paul George over how many points?
23.5.
Interesting. Well, he's leading the Clippers right now in points with 8.
Yeah, I did that together, and then I also did a separate one with the same thing, and I added the over 8.5 in the Mariners, and I put the Padres on the money line.
So you did get that 8.5 in the Mariners.
I already had a couple, like those I had before I even came on the thing that I just mentioned, and then I also triggered another one on the Mariners over as I was just talking myself into it more as I was talking to you guys.
Well,
I just saw the way they were playing yesterday, but you could always like do like a semi-hedge when you get an early first inning like that. You know what I mean? And the line goes up to 12 or whatever, 11.5, and come back down on it. I think the Red Sox play the Yankees tomorrow. I'm not sure you guys liking that one.
didn't like the pitching matchup so much. Weber versus Montgomery. How about Rick Porcello and the Mets at the
Fade.
Braves? Sean Newcomb.
Fade.
Take the over.
Fade Porcello. Don't even have to think twice about it.
For me,
Take the over.
for somebody, he had a horrible year last year, and
Don't even have to think twice about it.
I would just take the over personally.
minus 160 for Newcomb.
Fuck, take him first 5. Like, he's gonna let in runs for sure.
As I said, one thing that I look at the Rays Orioles over. And I also, one play I liked, it was a little chalky though, was the White Sox, Dallas Keuchel versus Bubic, who is a rookie, who hasn't even thrown in AAA, and he's been called up from AA to make this start. Now the White Sox had today off. Kansas City played today. And of all the White Sox pitchers, it's been Keuchel who has been the best.
Keuchel?
I believe it's Dallas Keuchel.
Keuchel. I always butcher names so bad, man. Keuchel. We'll just call him Keuchel, okay? Dallas Keuchel.
Call him Keuchel.
Regardless, he's been their best pitcher to this point over the first week. So, I don't know. I think that's if you don't mind laying a mid-sized price. What is it? Minus 150? Don't know. Something like that. Let's see.
Looks like the Mets have a chance to tie it up right now.
Yeah, see, it's locking up their things here.
They got one out and first and third.
I think it might be getting tied here because I see this locking up.
Well, ball's in play.
Oh, nope.
That's all it shows me.
Not looking good. No longer promising. No, it still must be at that, actually, based on the odds here.
Gotta say, it does look good, though. Man. What can I say? The insiders, here they are. Greg, Dan, AM plus money.
Where's Rod?
Even Rod Cape was in here for a bit. And then, you know what? Guess who's coming back? Legion of Picks, the man himself, the legend. He said within the next week or so. He's just been so busy getting his house ready to sell, etc. So. Look at that. The Dodgers are smashing Arizona. Robbie Ray, that's such a strong little spring. Just looks pathetic.
Weird Diamondbacks.
My Diamondbacks. Yeah.
Your
Took
Diamondbacks.
them on like the first day or something. Look at this. Lakers violation.
It's a
Wrong.
violation.
10 points in 2 minutes. Jeez, 12 points. LeBron James, defensive goaltending. I can just picture him now. What?
I want to see some more Ivan Zubak. I mean, I feel like he should be making stuff happen against his former squad.
Dion Waiters. Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi.
Wow. Well, it looked like it was going to go over for sure, I thought.
Ooh, look at this. Now the refs are starting to help out the Clippers a little bit. You know?
Offensive foul there by Dwight.
Make it look.
What do they get? They get a quarter each.
Does anyone, like, what was that foul that they just called? Did anyone explain?
So Dan, did you guys see any of the college football schedules there by the SEC?
What was that?
Did you see the college football schedules there by the SEC?
I haven't seen the schedule. I saw what they want the conference only.
Right. And so they have released that. 17 points in under 3 minutes between the Clippers and Lakers. So the Clippers are suddenly turning it on here now. Kawhi Leonard's nailing threes. Paul George is all over the place.
What a game. So glad the NBA is back. What a great league.
Can't count those guys out.
You can't.
Yeah.
Talking about Kawhi Leonard, man.
As we were
You
saying
just can't.
in the first game, I forgot that most of the NBA games aren't decided in the first half. I mean, that New Orleans game is a perfect example. 12-point halftime lead.
Pissed it away.
Huge. Utah. Boom, baby. Boom. And the Braves. Boom. And hopefully Seattle is a plus 175 dog. Boom. And we suggested that early, so people would definitely have gotten, because it closed here. If you see the closing lines here, it's like plus 160, even plus 145. So that's a 30-cent difference.
Looks like the Mets might just dog it here.
So you guys see this shirt? This is who I am. This is today.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can-
You know it's bad. They went from minus 150 to plus 180. What's your shirt, Nick? Can't see. Oh,
Bill
wow.
the Butcher.
That's awesome.
You know who Bill the Butcher is? From Gangs in New York.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
That's Daniel Day-Lewis. His character, it's like one of the most classic evil villain characters of all time.
Ever.
Bill the Butcher. Yeah, that's a totally cool character. All right, so we have 7.
Oh my God, the Dodgers are just gonna destroy
Yeah.
Arizona. It's about to get bad.
So they're sending. So it really has been the Yankees and Dodgers completely early. The Yankees have the best AL record, right? Dodgers are dominating.
Yeah.
I mean, not completely. I mean, we're just getting going, but
Yankees haven't played any.
I mean, San Diego too has been a surprise team, and
I saw somewhere this was like the first time in 70 years that there wasn't a 3-0 team and an 0-3 team after 3 games.
Yeah, I believe that. That's definitely
So,
the case.
yeah,
wow,
gonna be a closer one.
the Mets, they are trying their hardest here.
They are gonna shit the bed.
Look at Gonzalez though, eh?
They should just be changing the sheets right now.
I'm surprised we have a few people watching, but not many. But I'm surprised because we were having so much more interaction last time. If you remember, Greg, you had a fan.
Yeah, we're killing it out there.
But I put in the title live streaming the Lakers game, and usually if you do that,
We're just chatting on Twitch, right?
Trying to bait a few people in.
thumbs down. Oh my God! Someone gave us a thumbs down.
Get a thumbs down.
There you go. You got to be doing something right
Damn.
on YouTube. Yeah. Oh,
People are looking for bad content. Thumbs down.
oh, there you go. We got that's how crappy we are that we got. Unless it's somebody we probably know who's
It's
trying to
probably
do
our biggest competitor, you know.
exactly. That's what I would definitely 100%.
Wait, we got competitors?
100%.
Probably somewhere out there, you know.
That's exactly what's going on.
Yep. Looks like the Giants might be the first to score here against the Padres.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. Yes. That was like plus
Damn,
one.
I took your advice, and I took the Rangers in the opening series.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. I'm a Rangers fan, so I was kind of hoping someone would say Rangers. I also like them because they score a lot of goals.
Yeah. Well, but if you look at it, they've dominated Carolina
Yeah, and they're hot.
this year and in the past.
It's true.
Yeah, so that comes back on Saturday, you guys. So, yeah. The NHL is back. I have picks up for the NHL. I've done well with baseball. I've done well with NBA. I've done well with the NHL. So, I'll be looking to dominate the playoffs. Almac was saying he loves the playoffs and he's just looking forward to a massive year this year. And I agree. Me too.
Ooh,
Kawhi Leonard, look at this.
cut it to 3.
15-6 turnaround here.
Did you take that plus 10 in the first half?
No, you're right. I should have done that.
That's the NBA for you.
Interesting stuff going down here.
Dion Waiters is a nice spy.
Nice. That was.
See, they got to get Zubac involved with the pick and roll. Yeah, that's their offense.
Clippers missed that shot. So Kawhi Leonard is now leading all scorers. Davis has been sitting out. Are they putting him back in now? Is Davis on the floor or what?
No.
I think he's resting.
That's bad news for Clippers fans.
I gotta go charge my phone and get going though for a bit. I'll be on later.
Yo,
You guys are still
Greek
streaming.
out of New Jersey. We will see you soon, brother.
Yeah.
You the man.
Catch you guys.
Man. You the man.
Peace.
Later. All right, boys. And then there were three. Then there were three. But still, this was our best turnout as far as gang members. But not a great turnout as far as people watching. I guess, what are they watching? Who are they watching? Who's more entertaining than us? Come on. We're totally entertaining. And if you like gambling and you like wagering and you like having a good time, then you've come to the right place. We are the Insider's Room. My name is Nick Parsons. There is Dan Kaiser and AM Plus Money. That's his real name. AM Plus Money.
Yep, changed it legally.
AM Plus Money.
So, AM, what happened to the Mets guy on third?
I think it's loaded bases right now,
Okay. All right.
It is bottom of the eighth.
Can I
Two
just-
out now.
but it's 2 outs.
Okay, he just popped back up. No, I was watching Gamecast on ESPN and he disappeared.
Dodgers have the bases juiced too. 2 out.
No, the inning's over in that one.
That is over, yeah.
Yeah, or the half inning, whatever. Well, let's see what the Mets do here.
LeBron James turnover offensive foul. Then Kawhi Leonard draws a foul. Huh. Anthony Davis is in there. Alex Caruso, J.R. Smith, and Danny Green. Wow. Kyle Kuzma. So AD. Come on, AD.
And the Mets blew it.
Well,
I'd like to see that Yanks Baltimore game would just end there.
It's funny because I had that on a parlay. They go up 5-0 in the first inning. I get early paid out on it, and then Baltimore comes right back in the bottom of that inning.
Well, so Dan,
yes.
and so AM, you guys are the most consistent coming on the show, and I really appreciate that. And I know we have a lot of fun anyways, and you guys want to do it anyways, so it doesn't even matter. But my question is, coming up in both the NBA and NHL, it's going to be like all day long, like starting in the morning and going all day long for a few weeks. So what is your availability going to be during the days?
Depends on the day, really.
Yeah, for me,
Kind of be flexible, like who knows? Maybe you're going to be available, but maybe not.
well, for me, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I could be available after 1.
Next week, actually, anytime after 3 for me.
And then Thursday, Friday, all day.
Okay, anytime after 3 Eastern
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
week. Okay, and so Dan, Monday to Thursday?
Monday to Wednesday, like after 2, after 1 or 2, and then Thursday, Friday, anytime.
So if we went by the after 3 by AM,
Okay.
then it could be any time after 3 Eastern. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, next week. Okay. Well, that's something
I
to
think
work with.
Monday all day, too.
Okay, cool. AM, let's try to figure something out.
Yeah.
And you know who else really wants to come on is Mr. Almac. He wants to come and contribute, and he's been out there a lot, doing lots of different things, and I know that he did really well on the last fight. But no, I think our stream is looking better than ever. I think that I look better than I ever have in my entire life, personally. No, I'm just joking. Anyways, what's going on here in this game? Okay, it's a 60-second timeout, so let's check the live lines here, all right? Logging in. So, let's see. Basketball, NBA in-game lines. I can get those. Wow, the Clippers plus 8.5 for the first half. Still, right now, plus 8.5. I'm tempted. Really tempted to take that. Plus 8.5. Yeah, or in the first half, 10.5 in the first half. I can get. I'm gonna take that for a half unit. All right. There we go. Oh my God, it changed so fast. Yeah, no, I can't get that anymore. It's plus 8.5 in the first half now. That was a change of two points. Damn. That's how fast it is, you guys. That's how fast it is. We were in a commercial and it dropped 2 points in seconds. So, I don't know. It seemed like seconds to us. I'm sure the books, they have like 30 seconds ahead. Well, I won't be taking that. Still 8.5. What do you think? Too bad about that. See, it's 7.5 for the game. Oh, you can't even get the first half anymore. Damn. See? That should be the lesson. Don't wait. Right? These lines just aren't. You have to be ready to pounce on them.
Yeah.
10.5 first half I could have got. So let's just see. There we go. Paul George makes a step back three. Boom. So the San Diego Padres are the first on the board versus San Francisco. Can't believe the Giants blew that. So Kuzma, they keep trying to jack up threes. Marcus Morris with a rebound. So I am the Insider's Room is an official 2-0 for clients at Picks and Parlays, and that's coming on the heels of back-to-back 2-in-1 days. So yeah, we're doing good. We're doing really good at Picks and Parlays. Fantastic. And also our Discord wager today is on the plus 180 Seattle Mariners. That would move us to 5-1 with our Discord wagers if we can hit that. But look at this. The Clippers are right back in this game now. Unbelievable, eh? The Lakers, it's like they've lost. I don't know what happened, but they went away from Davis. Davis is still leading everyone with 16 points for the Lakers. And what's going on in MLS? If you guys can direct this conversation or this show in any way you want, Dan, listen, if you want to talk about Michigan State football for this year, what's going on with the head coach? What is going on with the head coach? What is going on? I mean, who else could we ask for a better insight into anything Michigan State than you? Seriously.
I don't know. I mean, he's got some decent. For Michigan State, he's got a couple of decent recruits in. I don't know. The only problem is because of what's going on with the COVID and stuff, he won't have any time to do anything with them, and put his game plan in officially. So I think it's going to be another shit year for us, another down year. But I don't know.
Maybe you can elaborate on that a little bit.
Huh?
Maybe you can elaborate on that for like 3 minutes while I'll be right back.
I just don't think we have the talent, offensive talent at quarterback. And just think it's going to be another long year for our football team. Basketball this year should be decent, but the next couple of years, if the guys come in that have agreed or have committed, I mean, they got. I think it's this next year's team will have the number one recruit in the country coming in, and we got a couple other top or 5-star picks, 5-star prospects coming in. So I think our basketball team will still continue to go strong. Our football team, we probably got 2 or 3 years away before we make any noise again. We had a good run under D'Antonio, but I think he got too comfortable and kind of let the program down the last couple of years. So the only hope is a bunch of maybe Ohio State and Michigan get COVID. They give us a chance. I think that's the only chance we have. This is the week before that game that all their players get COVID. We might have a chance. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get COVID and just go start spreading around their campus. I mean,
so how did the?
I mean, that's taking one for the team, though. I said, Nick, the only chance we're going to have this year against Ohio State or Michigan or whatever is if their team gets COVID the week before. And I just said, before you got out, that maybe that's what I'll do. I'll take one for the team. I'll get COVID and just start traveling.
So what is it? Just a lack of talent?
It's been the lack of talent for the last 3 or 4 years. I think D'Antonio, he
did the best of what he could have, and
yeah, he wouldn't make any choices. Like he wouldn't make any changes in his coaching staff. He just kept moving people around to different positions, and I think they just got stale.
Right.
And we had some good recruiting classes, and we lost. They all seemed to come through at the same time. That's when we were good for 3 or 4 years, and.
Well, if you can get that one quarterback that can stick with you for 4 or 5 years or whatever, so that's ideal, obviously, as far as a program like Michigan State, I would think. But of course, the college's main focus is on the basketball court anyways.
Yeah, and like I said, if they come, I think we got not coming in this year, be coming in next year. I think it's that year. We've got the number one recruit in the country coming in, and 2 other top. He just signed 2 other top 5-star recruits, so we could be really good. But that kid, I think he's out of Ypsilanti, but I'm not sure. He may. I mean, he's one of those that could go G League or go overseas. But Izzo usually gets him in for a year, so. We had Jaren Jackson and Miles Bridges, and they all went to the NBA, and so I think I'm hoping he comes because it'd be at least we'll have one good year in there.
Mm-hmm. Well, it would be interesting to have on Max to talk college basketball with you, Dan. Another handicapper who does a lot of these internet live streaming shows. He knows his college basketball for sure. So it'd be cool to have you guys be able to speak a little bit better than I can about it. Just as far as like individual players and different things like that. And so, I mean, he knows he seems to know every single player on every team. And
That guy lives for college basketball.
he does. He's just a walking like encyclopedia of chicken nugget knowledge as far as like
Fellow Toronto boy.
he kills it, man. For sure.
Yeah, we got to get me, him, and Al Mack on. Just have the Toronto panel.
Hmm.
We'll represent the 6. Then we'll
That
have
would be great. You know,
a few for the West Coast, and then the other boys for the US side.
He's doing stuff with Run Pure Sports, which is a really interesting concept, and I never knew about Run Pure until just recently, and I think it's great. And I think everything those guys are doing is awesome, for sure. Obviously, JJ and all the rest of them. Hold on here. So, Dan, what do you think about any of these matchups tomorrow?
NBA.
Yeah, in the NBA.
I have a play up right now on the Phoenix game.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking. I'm kind of looking at. I'm looking at the total in the Magic game
Yeah.
because I think Brooklyn's played one exhibition game and they scored less than 70 points. I know it's exhibition game. It was like there was a first game back, but still, I don't know who they have on that team that can score.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all their top players are. Well, obviously Durant didn't play this year, but Irving's not playing. Dinwiddie's not playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that maybe another guy's not playing, so I don't know who's gonna score for them.
So you like the Magic? This is the second time. I did ask you about what your thoughts were tomorrow, so you really do like the Magic, I think, here.
I like the Magic at the opening. Yeah, even at -6, I think that's what the line is now. I just don't know who's going to score for Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got.
They got in. Who's the veteran player that they signed? Who's been out for like 2 years, and in his last game he scored 50 points. Anyways, I can't remember his name right now because just too much going on.
Crawford?
No. Who?
Jamal Crawford?
Yeah, Jamal Crawford.
Somebody just posted it. I didn't know it. Somebody just posted it in the chat.
Yeah, there we go. Jamal Crawford. There's Mike Davis. Exactly. Jamal Crawford. So, yeah, he is an amazing player.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. So, what do you think, Mike? What do you think about that particular game? We have Mr. Mike Davis in the house. He's likely the number one NBA handicapper in the world the last couple of years. So, I don't know if you guys know who Mike Davis is. He's a really popular handicapper from the United States. And yeah, he's one of the top NBA handicappers, if not the top in the world. I like his input about Brooklyn not being able to score. That's true. So there you go, Dan.
Got some. I know a Mike Davis once, but he was a shoe salesman, so I don't think it's the same one.
I don't think so. No.
Okay. I didn't think so. Yeah, and then the other
No,
thing,
Mike Davis, he's awesome. He's a great follow on Twitter, and so I followed all of his. He was doing lots of live streaming, free plays, and different stuff, and along to different games. And I know that he actually has a big Twitch channel, or bigger than my channel, anyways. And so yeah. All of his, I mean, he's documented. He's got a huge site and everything, and I would love to have Mike come on the show sometime. I mean, not that we're doing too much other than here and just trying to live bet. I tried my hardest to get the Clippers there at plus 10.5, and then I tried at 8.5, and then I couldn't get it. And there it is, 54-52. Damn. So that Yankees-Baltimore game is going again. Boston-Milwaukee is a great opening matchup. That's true, and we haven't touched on that one, although only because I knew Dan. He and I had talked about that previously, so I'll come back to that, Dan. So what do you think about that Boston-Milwaukee matchup? Because a few weeks ago, you loved Boston. You thought that they were really good value coming back into the restart. So do you still feel that way, or
No.
what's going on? No. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
because-
There you go.
well,
There you
only because I don't know what you're going to get out of Walker.
hmm
You know, last night I mean, it could have changed, but last I heard he's still having problems with his knee. So, and then who's out? Who's out for Milwaukee? Bledsoe.
Right.
He's out for Milwaukee.
No Bledsoe and no Pat Connaughton for the Bucks. So yeah, that's significant. So you're still not, you change your mind on Boston then, or you just don't even know about that series anymore? You
Well,
like it, or
Well, my play on Boston, I just thought they were a good value play if you want to take somebody to win the East.
that was at plus 1,600 when you had
Yeah.
originally said that. Yeah.
And then a bunch of stuff started coming out about Walker and his knee not being good, and he's still having problems with his knee after all this time of resting. So, I mean, you know, that could hurt. And you know, they're good. They got a lot of talent if they all can get on the same page. But
So yeah, no Pat Connaughton, no Bledsoe. Yeah, Bledsoe. That's And so, how long is he out? Just for that one game, or for a while until the playoffs officially start? Or I'm interested in what Mike thinks about like strategy for teams, like strategy as far as the Lakers only have to go 1-7 to secure the number one spot.
right.
So agreed. Mike, exactly what Mike says there. I think we're all going to be in. I'll pull up his latest thing here. Mike Davis says, I think we'll all be in wait and see mode for a few games. For sure. Absolutely. I mean, before we can draw any conclusions or anything. Yeah. So that is trending to the under that Clippers and Lakers game at half. I sure wish I took the Clippers at plus 10.5 there. I had that opportunity, and then plus 8.5. I even tried for a second and just couldn't get it either. It was already gone. So AM, how you holding in there? You're in Toronto. You're in Toronto right now. What do you think about the Leafs? I mean, let's talk about Canadian teams in the NHL. Who has the best chance?
Well, obviously the Leafs have a huge advantage because of the comfort of being in their hometown. Nothing's really changing too much for them. I
Mhm.
saw that when they played Montreal in that preseason game, though, what I found interesting was because they were the away team, Montreal got to use the Leafs dressing room and the Leafs had to use the away dressing room, which is actually a lot smaller in Toronto. And they purposely tried to make it that way so you feel uncomfortable in there.
Right.
So yeah, I found that interesting that the Leafs just, obviously you got to be fair. They're the away team, but I think they definitely have a good chance to make a run in this playoffs. I bet there's so many teams that have a good chance the way they're doing it this year. I think if the Leafs win the Stanley Cup, it's going to be a bad mark on their reputation because they haven't won the cup in over 40 plus years, and if they win it this year of all years, people are just going to put the hugest asterisk on it. They're going to be like, that doesn't count, you guys won in the COVID year, you're still 40 plus years away. So I think it's kind of like a catch-22. They have a great chance to win the cup this year because of the way it's
Sure
set
they
up,
do.
but
Sure
do
they
they
do.
even want to win the cup in a year like this?
So, AM, I just wanted to quickly touch on Mike. He pointing out a particular matchup tomorrow, and we talked a little bit about this earlier. Mike, was Portland, and you brought this up, Dan. Was that it could be a good team to tail early on because they're getting both their bigs back, or was that you, AM, that mentioned that?
No, that was Dan.
Right. Or was it even Greg that said that, Dan, when we were talking?
I mentioned it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. We were talking about that. So yeah, with Lillard, yeah, that is definitely a big matchup to keep your eyes on. Absolutely. So Bucks in Milwaukee, and then so what past that? Because there's, of course, they already have the lines out for the Sunday as well. Oh no, they don't. But for the Saturday they do. So there's Toronto getting 4 points against these Lakers. So seeing what we're seeing right now, who knows? But I guess I sort of tend towards the underdog there for sure. Toronto seems like it's on a mission. That Sacramento total's really gone up. Sacramento, San Antonio. So it opened at 216.5, and now it's up to like 220.5 at some places. It's interesting. We also touched on that Houston and Dallas game. We sort of all like Dallas. Houston, Dallas, yeah, Mike is saying Toronto is the best coach team in the league. I would totally agree. And they got down there early. The Raptors were, they arrived in the Black Lives Matters buses, and they've just been totally into the whole thing from the start. There's just been no hesitation about what they wanted to do. They were going to do whatever they had to do to get down there. And yeah, they seem prepared. Just everything about the Raptors looks good. Plus, as you pointed out, Mike, as far as Portland getting their bigs back, well, Toronto was expecting to get back a few injured players for the playoffs before COVID. I mean, it was all lining up perfectly for them to have. They were working through some injury issues, but definitely now for sure, Toronto is back to 100% health. And from what I have seen, some of their players look in better shape than they've ever been in their life and stuff. Gasol, for one. Have you guys seen the pictures of that, Ham or Dan? Mark Gasol? Oh, wow. Yeah.
I haven't seen the pictures, but personally, I think Toronto, they're one of the deepest teams in the NBA, if not the deepest. I think they're definitely they have a better bench than the Clippers. And I know a lot of people post the Clippers as the deepest team, but I think it's the Raptors. They have a lot of good young talent. And the way the Raptors the way they get teams is when they start moving around the ball a lot. If you ever watch their games and they're just passing it around the key, like teams don't know what to do when they're doing that. They play as a full team. They have this insane stat where on the year when they have, I think it's 20 or more assists, they're something like 35-2. And then the games that they have less than 20 assists, they're just about 500, like 12-12, 5-5. Yeah, but when they're moving the ball, you can't keep up with this team.
Well, I would say it all comes down to Kyle Lowry. Obviously, he's just the workhorse. Not sure they're deeper than the Clippers, but they're the deepest in the East. So Mike Davis said he thought that was a good assessment there, AM. But yeah, we're talking about the East. So yeah, we're not talking about the West, and we're talking about the East. And so, yeah, I'd say that really will be I just don't think that Toronto's going to lie down for any game. You know what I mean? Like I talked about this in our Discord earlier today about in the playoffs that momentum and chemistry is like a tangible factor, basically, you know, like almost like a real thing. And so I just don't think teams over this 8 games, even wherever they're sitting in their positioning, can really, you know, afford to take the foot off the gas. So.
I think they want it personally, like the Raptors, because all the talk ever since Kawhi left has been it's about the Clippers or the Lakers winning it, because obviously the Lakers got Davis and LeBron, and then Kawhi left the Raptors and went to the Clippers. Now they're one of the favorites, but these Raptors, you know, they're just sitting there like, okay, so we lose Kawhi and we're just garbage now. They got a chip on their shoulder, and they're going to be coming to play every game, just like you said. They're hungry to win back to back. They want to show the league that we don't need Kawhi to win it again.
They had the identical record at the time that the break happened that they were with Kawhi. Right at that moment, that's when Toronto really went on its big run last year, right when that happened. But still, Toronto was set up perfectly. All of their injured players were coming back. And
well, even in games last year without Kawhi, they had a pretty good win percentage. It was definitely above like 60 or 70%. If I'm recalling correct, it was something like,
yeah,
I don't know, 15-4. I'm not sure though. Haven't seen that stat in a bit, but yeah, they were playing well without Kawhi. So I think they're the team to beat in the East for sure.
I agree. Kyle Lowry is a machine and just knows how to work a game. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
He knows when to press, and he knows when to lay off. He knows. Yeah, he's like a Steve Nash kind of a player, but even better. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. But I mean, he didn't win any MVPs, but Steve Nash,
he's definitely a leader on the team.
Yeah, one of his greatest attributes was that he made everyone around him better. And that's Kyle Lowry for sure is like that. I mean, completely. So there's San Diego taking a 2-0 lead over San Francisco.
The Mets almost collapsed in the 9th inning. They had they let Boston have the bases loaded, and then they walked in a run. So now it's 4-2, and somehow they got out of there, but they're not coming back.
Mike
They're
is
dead in
bringing
the
up
water.
a good point, another good point here. And one team that we haven't touched on is the Miami Heat out of the East as well. That is true, because they are deep, and they were doing extremely good, like unbelievably well. And I even think that their head coach was on, like coach of the year almost, just because of the turnaround and everything there. So he's right. But they had some issues with people coming into camp, I think, and into this restart. So that part I'm not positive about as far as the players and COVID and health and that. But you know, they're not in any danger whatsoever of missing the playoffs. It's just about positioning for them at this point. Yeah. So, boys, we've been going for 2 hours now. I don't think we have to go the entire game until, yeah.
All right.
So why don't we call it, and we'll do some day games because we've talked about coming up, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
just let me know when.
Okay. So we'll just call it tonight.
Okay.
I tried to make that first half wager, just couldn't get it in on time. Thank you, Mike, for sitting in and
Yeah, man.
with all those different questions and everything, for sure, brother. Thank you so much. And so that's it. Lakers miss a 3-pointer to open up the second half. All right.
All right.
Good night, gentlemen.
All right. Have a good night.
All right.
Take care, guys.
Later. Okay, you guys. So yeah, we're just going to call it. We've been going for 2 hours. We're going to be back during the day. Try to do some more day streams and maybe one evening stream per week. But yeah, until next time, you guys, take it easy, and we will see you next time. We'll try to win some more money. The Insiders Room has already officially gone 2-0 for our plays at Picks and Parlays, and we have a big wager on the Mariners at plus 180. That's our daily Discord wager to move to 5-1 since baseball moved back. So we're trying to hit this huge underdog as well. Our fingers crossed on that one. And now the Clippers have the lead here. But we're ultimately hoping for the under in this Clippers and Lakers game. Anyways, guys, until next time, see you later. Thanks for hanging out.